Hi guys, so in this video I'm going to talk about how to care for the Megaphobema mesomelas, the Costa Rican redleg. And as you can see, they are a very beautiful species. This is my male that I've got at the moment. I've actually raised him from a small spiderling. And yeah, these guys are from the cloud forests in Costa Rica, and they do actually prefer to be kept on the cooler side, which is strange for a tarantula. So the most important thing with keeping this species is to never use any kind of heat mat or heating system in their enclosure. And if you do keep your tarantula room quite warm, this species may not be suitable for you because you may not be able to provide the right temperature for them. I keep my room no more than 23 degrees during the day, apart from in summertime when the outside temperatures do get higher. So what I do then is just keep him lower in the room, keep him at ground level, and that stops him getting too warm. Another thing I definitely recommend is to get one from a spiderling, because as spiderlings they can adapt slightly to conditions, and he did have quite a fast growth speed, which was probably the result of keeping him slightly too warm. But I just fed him very regularly, probably the same amount as my T Blondie sling, and he soon got the adult colours and now is doing well. As he's just demonstrated, they are quite a skittish species, and you really do need to have a hide in the enclosure or plenty of substrate so they can make their own burrow. So yeah, I'm going to try and tempt him back out again because we can't actually see him at the moment. So we're going to use the tickle method, hopefully tempt him out. There we go. So yeah, this is probably one of my favourite species. In fact, it probably is my all-time favourite. Just love the overall black coloration with the electric orange on the legs. They can be quite fast when they want to be, and so you do need to bear that in mind if you want to buy one. I would recommend these for the advanced keepers, just because of their difficulty in rearing. Spiderlings are quite difficult to care for. They need to be kept very humid, but also not too warm, as I've already mentioned. And I think a good idea is to feed them very regularly. I think I fed this guy around 2 or 3 times a week. So I reckon that's another reason he's done quite well. Yeah, as you can see, the substrate is always damp in his enclosure, which means you have to watch out for mold growth, and if you get any you just have to rehouse them. It is also worth mentioning that this is a very expensive species to buy, and another reason I'd only recommend it for the advanced hobbyists, because if you do make a mistake it could be a very expensive mistake. And this guy would set you back at least £50 in the UK. Not sure about the prices elsewhere. I know Canada would be insanely expensive, and the US maybe only slightly more expensive, and then mainland Europe like Germany is probably going to be a bit cheaper. They're also very rarely offered for sale, and when they are they sell out very quickly. So I'd keep your eye out for them if you really do want one. Another reason to get one, apart from their amazing coloration, is that they are very aggressive feeders. So I'm going to grab a cockroach and we shall see if he's hungry. Okay, so I've got a nice cockroach for him. Let's see if he wants it. Okay, well, as it turned out, he wasn't hungry today. Looks like he's trying to prove me wrong. But I'm sure you've seen him in the feeding videos, doing some pretty awesome takedowns. So yeah, that's the kind of basic overcare for this species. And like I said, it's one of my personal favourites, so if I've rambled on a bit, that's why. Okay then guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and I shall see you again soon.